Yes, we are. We are still says viewers waiting, so I'm gonna wait until that says concurrent. There we go. We are now live. Welcome everybody to In the Yu-Gi-Know, your hopefully favorite bi-weekly podcast called In the Yu-Gi-Know. Hopefully there's no other podcast by the same name that is also bi-weekly. But anyway, it is me, Jello, the casual card gamer, and with me this evening is GoldenNovaYugioh. How are you feeling, Nova? It's been a while since our lovely crowd has seen you on the podcast.
Yeah, very sorry, everyone. Sometimes things happen in the netherworld. You have to go take care of a few things. But it's all taken care of now. The gates of the underworld are flowing. Souls are going where they're supposed to go. It's all good.
All right. Speaking of the netherworld and all that other stuff, just a little thing that happened to me recently. I last night. No, not last night. Well, yes, last night I rewatched it, but Friday night I got to watch the new Mortal Kombat movie, and I loved it so much. There were a couple of things I wish they could have changed, but I loved the movie nonetheless. Have you seen it or like been interested in it at all?
Absolutely. I was never a Mortal Kombat kid growing up, so I've been absorbing everything by proxy. How many friendships do they do in the movie Mortal Kombat?
Let's see, how many friendships are there? None. There are no friendships in the movie.
It's in the game.
I know, and I love them.
Okay, but there's babalities though, right? They've got at least one in there, right?
No, they don't have any babalities, sadly. Yep.
I'm starting to think that every Mortal Kombat movie that's ever been made has just shied away from the inherent goofiness of all of the things that the developer. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna make a Mortal Kombat movie. I don't know anything about it, but I'm gonna I'll ooh-a-bull this.
You should. I'd watch it if you directed it. I'd totally watch it. But like saying on the topic of the movie very very quickly, there were a couple of like pacing issues that I had personally with it, just because I don't know, I feel like becoming a content creator has made me a little more aware with these aware of these things. But other than that, like it is still very it's very faithful to the source material, that being the games and the couple of comics I believe that they've had. But yeah, I definitely watch it again and again if it wasn't $25 every single time I wanted to watch it. But
God.
Yeah, thankfully I got to watch it with my family, so it's like I paid for 5 movie tickets with for only $25, so it's not that bad. But yeah, I'll just wait until it's torrentable, and and then I'll have my HD copy of it then. But anyway, back into all things Yu-Gi-Oh related. How have you had any breakthroughs, anything interesting that you'd like to share or maybe talk about later in the show?
Well, I'm looking forward to talking about all the new card releases. Dawn of Majesty it is not looking like the most competitively relevant set, but there are so many interesting things in there that I can't wait to ferment and then show up later on in formats. It's going to be really cool. And I was just going over Duelists of Whirlwind just now, and I found a boss monster that is infinitely scarier than I had first thought it was, and I cannot wait to go over that.
All right. And last thing that I wanted to talk about before we get into the things of the future, things that are to come. There was a set recently aptly named Ghosts from the Past. And if you guys haven't seen the other video that I posted up, go and watch it. But I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, because I took a week off this week because of work. I posted up a video of myself opening up 4 display boxes of Ghosts from the Past, and I pulled a Ghost Rare Blackluster Soldier of Chaos, the one card that I wanted out of that set. I pulled it like it was meant to be mine. My hair literally shot up, and I got these like blonde highlights real quick and a choker out of nowhere for like a couple of seconds, and I pulled.
Casual card gamers realize the legend.
Someone completed the Millennium Puzzle on the other side of the world, and it just like transferred its power into me. But I took that Ghost Rare because I need money, because I don't make money off of YouTube, and I'm scared to make a coffee account, but buy me a coffee account. But I went over there, I made a good chunk of money, and got a Blackluster Soldier of Chaos secret rare for like $100, which is okay. And the same day, before I went to my local that I got the first 4 display boxes from, I went over to another shop that was pre-selling them really cheap. So I said, okay, I'm going to get some of these. Support locals, guys. More than one local. You have a bunch of locals in your city. Support as many as you can. And I picked up 2 display boxes. Now, I was not expecting anything out of this display box, out of these 2 display boxes, because I felt like the Millennium Puzzle was completed, Atem's spirit came down, destroyed all the cubics, and then disappeared, and then rendered the Millennium Puzzle useless. Well, I think that someone else on the another remote part of the world completed another Millennium Puzzle, because I pulled another Ghost Rare. Blackluster Soldier of Chaos. It's actually insane. The only thing that I wish I would have done was go home. Oh, what's happening? What's happening
The energy is surging.
I know.
Power is overwhelming the systems.
But the only thing that I wish I would have done before selling the first one was going home and opening up the second set of display boxes that I got, so I could take a picture and have picture proof that I had at one point in time possession of 2 Blackluster Soldiers. And I feel like Atem is getting angry at me because my camera is just going berserk. But yeah, that was that has been sort of the highlight of my Yu-Gi-Oh life in the past 2 weeks. 2
The definition of hype.
It felt so good. I was legit screaming. We were at our dining table, and it's in the center of our house. Oh my gosh! And my camera is just completely gone now. But
Darkness.
Yeah, in the beginning there was nothing, but yeah, it was just an insane night. But anyway, guys, while I am trying to fix this issue, we have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We have Dawn of Majesty. We have the Duelists of Whirlwind. There we go. Duelists of Whirlwind, and some Megatin news and some new rarities we are getting, and some other good stuff to talk about tonight. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So first,
Sounds
Sounds
good to me. Go ahead.
All right. So first things first, we have Dawn of Majesty. I did not actually realize how many cards, like this set and Duelists of Whirlwind. I was telling Nova right before the show that I had no idea that there were this many cards already revealed for these sets, just because of how busy I've been for the past week and probably like a week and a half. So Nova, you go first. What are you looking forward to, and what are your thoughts on Dawn of Majesty first? Let's start there so we can eat a little more time.
Oh, of course. So I think Dawn of Majesty is one of those new sets that opens up a new rotation. Like, you get 4 core sets a year. This is the one that starts out the 2021 season. So this is where designers get a little like crazy about card design. So we're seeing some interesting things with Sue ships and Magic keys. Neither of which I think are going to be particularly good on release. And a lot of these cards are going to be just like a pack filler for a while.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that you're going to want to get on the ground floor on this one, because if anything in Magic Key is high rarity, you need to take care of it now and grab it before it spikes, because the potential for things it can do in the future are nutty. Look out for those. There's also, because we're in the post-anime world of card releases, we are just slathered with support. Legacy support is coming out the ears now.
I know.
So, well, this one's a little more recent. I wanted to lead with this one because I know it's one of Jello's favorites. I need to know if you've seen it. Have you seen the new Live Twin support?
Yes, I have. Oh my god.
Troublesome is so good.
I know. I can't wait. And it opens up, like, the thing that I love about that card so much is, like, not even looking at the abilities. When I saw the card, I literally just, like, went straight for the art, and I'm like, screw the ability for now. I'm just going to enjoy the fact that there will be more monsters outside of the two twins in this archetype, and it'll be so crazy to see, like, if it works, like, in conjunction with them or works against them, because they look like a rival VTuber. So yeah, that's actually gonna be crazy.
I cannot wait for that steamy drama.
I know. All in that funny cartoon style, you know?
And of course, the return of M Warriors 1 and 2.
Oh my god.
Longtime favorites of the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Everyone, round of applause for M Warriors. It's just...
Yugi Boomers rise.
Yugi Boomers rise! Metal Raiders represent!
Yes.
The consistency boost is great. Previously, having to summon out the Live Twins with the spell kind of like locked you in, which kind of sucked, but now it's just you add and you get it. And then all of the things that Kill and Lilo were doing for you as tiny monsters, it now just does passively no matter what with your evil twins. And I think that is outstanding. You're not like stuck having to sit behind Live Twins to disincentivize attacking. Troublesome just does it for you. And like, if I'm reading this right, you can only activate one per turn, but you can continue to activate more than one, so those penalties will end up stacking.
Oh boy,
that's stupendous.
I need to bring it up right now, actually. Like, that looks sick. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Like this post anime era of cards, just because like the only anime that's running right now is Rush Duels, and that puts us in a really good space. Not us as players, but Konami as, you know, like the architects of cards moving forward, because they're not limited to what's in the anime anymore. And this Live Twin stuff is probably this is probably my favorite thing to come out of this whole situation post anime. So I am so happy. Oh boy, this will be crazy.
I can't wait.
I know. Oh man,
it just feels like Live Twins are on the cusp of doing something crazy. Like they have Link 2s that revive each other. The next time we have a Fiend Link archetype that's not like... It's already doing really well with Unchained. If that gets pushed more, or if we get another Fiend Link archetype that can feed off of that, it's going to be a redonkulous advantage engine. And Troublesome is going to feed into that very, very well.
Oh, I can't wait.
Another interesting retrain we're getting is Retort Fusion.
Retort Fusion. Let me look at that.
Which basically just says, hey, you know how broken Instant Fusion is? You're no longer allowed to have it. We fixed it for you.
Oh boy.
You can now use it the way it was supposed to be used. So for anyone who's not in the Yu-Gi know, because you're about to. It works exactly as Instant Fusion. You pay 1,000. You summon a fusion monster from your extra deck. It counts as a fusion summon. The changes, though, are that you can summon up to level 6s now. It has to be a non-effect monster, so you can't summon, like, Winda or any other weird fusion that has on-death triggers that you would like to take advantage of. But now you can use it to help make rank 6s, so I can't wait for someone to jam a non-effect level 6 to help make something like Beatrice, and then that's going to get banned.
Oh, great. I just want to say I love the art. I love the art of this card.
So
I
good.
forgot. Yeah, and it's it's just one of those things. It's just an instant pack of something, and then it even has the price tag on it, 1,000 life points. It's great. Um, what non-effect fusion monster can you bring out with this level 6? Because like, I barely know any fusions like period, but trying to narrow it down into non-effect monsters is just like even harder for me.
Yeah, let's do some dueling Yu-Gi-Oh card database. So while I'm looking up there, they did release a new fusion to go along with it in Dawn of Majesty called, and this is literally the name of some kind of metal band song, Alvain, the Final Nothingness.
Oh man.
That's
no
effect.
I found it.
It's just a level 2 tuner that you can summon with Retort Fusion.
Oh boy. Oh man. Like,
So we've got.
I would pay money
Okay.
to see someone make a deck out of that. Just like the main engine is Retort Fusion to bring out Alvain, the something of nothing, the final nothingness, and then just like go from there. I'd pay good money for that.
Gaze upon my beautiful feathers in despair, and I'll die during the end phase.
Oh man.
And of course, this means that we can now also summon Sea Monster of Theseus, the monster that everyone was looking for. Yay!
Yay!
Ooh. Anyway, I think those will go pretty neat. And that kind of goes along with what I was saying about how these things are going to crop up later.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they don't print Retort Fusion as a secret.
That'd be dumb.
Because we're going to need them.
Yeah, we're gonna need them for Alvain. That Alvain engine that we haven't seen yet.
Just free level 2 tuners. I don't know what to tell you, folks.
Yeah, you just have to pay 1,000 life points. It's nothing. It's no big. So I know that you're a big lore buff, and of course, like I've seen some of your videos, and I'm pretty sure you do. You focus on lore just a little bit. But we are getting the next sort of arc in the story of the Dogmaticas. We are getting the Stigmaticas here, I believe, right? And yes, right? Am I thinking about this wrong? Oh yes, yeah. So we are getting the Stigmaticas here. So how do you feel about that?
I don't, because like technically there are Stigmatica cards in this set. Last one was what was it? Lightning Overdrive introduced the Stigmatica cards, which wasn't its own like archetype, but just a bunch of spells and traps that supported Albaz. Okay. And then Dawn of Majesty comes out, and we have the Despia, a bunch of dark fairies, light fiends. They not only have Albert of the Despia, who looks like Albaz, a number of their cards also specifically reference Stigmatica cards. Yeah. So it's like, they're clearly connected in some way. They both, Despia has someone that looks like Albaz, and the Albaz doppelganger on normal summon searches you Stigmatica cards. We don't know how they fit together. People in the Despia video have been saying that there's this trap card from when Springans were introduced. Dogmatica Genesis. There's Maximus is like doing a ceremony with this clergy. Like it looks like a small girl that we've never seen before. And have not seen ever since. And some people are all like, well, I don't know, like this new Albaz looking guy has red hair like in the picture of the small child, and they have those diamond holes. They have them springing from their head like a pair of pigtails, like the saint had. And I'm all like, I don't fully believe that, because their height difference is huge, and also, but I'm kind of vibing with that.
Oh man, I wish I could have gone into this a little earlier, because it's like I saw the Despia stuff and then just sort of glazed over everything else. But I don't want to get too into it, because of course, people, if you haven't already, go watch go watch Nova's video on this, but where do you think the story can go from here? Because I think there's also another card in this, either this set or the last one, that shows like an invasion of where the Spriggans are by the Dogmaticas or something like that. So where do you think the story is going now?
Yeah, we have some that is very interesting. So what we're assuming, or what I'm assuming is happening, is that the people who showed up and intercepted the Spriggans and Ecclesia and all that, we know from the concept art that that's Fleer the Knighted. Out of their armor, they've got a lightning sword. They're being tailed by Theo and Aiden. So that's what we know from out of card art information, like from official sources. And I assume that it's because, oh man, it looks like Maximus has been compromised by a bunch of evil extra-dimensional clowns. I gotta get out of here and go find Ecclesia, be all like, you were right. You worked for the bad guys, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think is happening. It could also just be that they separated because, like, okay, I need the armor to turn into this big, giant, evil doll for me. You go out without the armor and you hunt down Ecclesia. That's not as likely, I feel like. Nothing is, like, thematically showing that. I think they are just teaming up together. The question is going off of my interpretation. Are they going to... Is Fleur going to tell Ecclesia, hey, Dogmatica just got invaded by a bunch of demons. We got to get back there and save everyone. And that happens. Or they all team up and continue through the desert, and they figure out what the heck is going on with this extra dimension that all this is coming from. Since they found one of those holes in the middle of the desert, it's not far-fetched to say that there's, like, the secret is out there beyond the dunes kind of thing. But once again, the vagueness of card art and the unfortunate 3-month wait cycle between card arts means that we don't have anything solid about what's going to happen next.
All right, and last thing that I wanted to touch on in terms of Dawn of Majesty is I just want everyone to appreciate Swordmaster of the Bewitching Iris. You know, Fleur de Lis out of her armor. She looks freaking amazing.
We stand.
Yes, I stand.
No
so
choice
much.
but to stand.
Yeah, like I love her so much because she looks like she looks like the samurai version of Impa from Age of Calamity. So I'm just I'm just feeling it so much right now. And if I have a new playmat in my opening videos, you know what?
Folks, we need to go on social media and go hashtag Simpin for Impin or Simpa for Impa, please.
Yes, Simpa for Impa. And oh man. And my Iris for Iris, like, cause the one thing that I wanted to touch on was I like how they went from Fleur de Lis to Iris, cause up until now I knew that Fleur de Lis was a type of flower, and it was just, you know, on the French flag and stuff, or it was like, you know, used in French decoration and things. But it turns out that the Fleur de Lis is actually a European strain of the iris flower, so she still has that name just outside of that armor, which is cool. But yeah,
I'm gonna be 100% real with you right now. That completely went over my head. I was focusing on, you can see eyes in a lot of the Despia, like the version that her armor turns into. Those wing hands are made of a bunch of like connected eyeballs. You can see like the orbs in there.
Yeah,
there's like Albert and Albaz both have like an eye gem on top of their head. So I was like, oh, of the bewitching eye, sounds very occult kind of thing. Completely missed the fleur de lis. I feel so silly. Hello, thank you for bringing me that to my attention. That was so cool.
No problem. I honestly, you know, like I had like I was thinking about it earlier. Because I knew that we were going to be talking about it on the show today. So I said, you know what, I'm going to see if there are any, you know, minor things that I could figure out on my own. So there's that.
Thank you for sharing, because I have something else to add to my arsenal now. Ooh, yes. Yes, good. Knowledge.
But anyway, I feel like the other parts of this set have become so hyped up just because of, you know, like from a lore standpoint or from a new archetype standpoint that everyone's kind of forgotten about the the new Stardust.
The Joey Stardust.
But yeah, like the Sue ships are crazy. The Sue ships look so fun, and I can't wait for new support in the next core set, or whatever set they decide to put more stuff in. The Magic-y, like I said last time, I wish they could change the name a little bit, because I don't want to, like I said last time, I don't want to sound like an 8-year-old trying to explain something beyond their understanding. But yeah, like, and this last card, I promise, Nova. The wolf. What was his name? What's his name? There we go. Wolf Riot, the Stellar Wind Wolf. The people are calling it the new Nibiru.
The telegraphed Nibiru.
Yeah, like you gonna do stuff? Let's go.
Come on. You got the attack power. You're not gonna do it? Come on.
What do you think of this? Because it's very generic.
It's very generic, but like, so cards like that are good if you can incorporate them into a combo you're already doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was easy enough to just drop it and then forget it and just let it accrue, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like level 9. You're not sinking nothing in there. Even in a deck like Virtual World,
mm-hmm.
that's a Shen that could be. That's a Cloud
that's
Castle getting back a Vermilion Dragon mech that could be. If I want Nibiru, help me, Raw. I hope I just have the Nibiru.
It's very true.
The Nibiru can't get infinite impermanence.
That's true. I just I just wanted to bring it up real quick because like I saw some chatter about it when it was first revealed, and then sort of dropped interest on it. But thank you for the truth bombs.
If Yang Zing end up making that, they come back and that becomes a new ace monster, and they like, oh, I'm also Nibiru and I can't be destroyed by battle and I'm unaffected by a bunch of stuff. Then we'll talk. As of now, have fun, Rogue decks. I hope it works out for you.
All right. So, shall we close the book that is Dawn of Majesty?
Yes. Well, for another 3 months, we'll wait for you, core sets. But now we have something else wonderful to talk about.
Yes, we have. Where to go? I had it here. Okay. We have Duelists of the Whirlwind. I just want to say before we actually go into the contents of the set that I was really hoping that after Rage of Raw, but yes, Rage of Raw. I was about to say Ghost of Raw again. I was really hoping that after Rage of Raw that we go into GX characters so I could get my freaking hero support, but card game companies tend to not hear my thoughts because of course they don't have telepathy, and I'm just a casual. But yeah, we have this new, I believe it's wind only. Everything that's been released so far, if it isn't a spell or trap, is a wind monster. So this is pretty interesting. What do you think?
I think that there must be some kind of weird popularity poll in Japan that we are completely separate from, because the normal person is not going to know about Yugo, Sherry LeBlanc, and I don't even remember Zuzu's what dimension was it? Xyz's dimension? Because it's Lyrilisk, so I don't like, and that's not like that's a personal thing, not like a who knows this character? No one cares about it. Clearly, some people care. A lot of people care about it.
Yeah.
Put it into a pack. There's just a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of, but I'm glad they're getting it because it all too often feels like packs only get put into circulation if they have big name characters that have a proven track record of selling stuff. Having an entire Duelist pack based around characters that people barely know, especially Sherry, because she reps those noble knights. It's very fun, and I like it. the cards everyone's looking for aren't Noble Knights, but she's got cards that are technically called Noble Knights. So it's new support, folks. Let's go. Tier 0. We don't need that smoke grenade. Get it out of here.
Yeah. Oh man, my you know, I have a very bad track record for making decks halfway, having all the pieces, not putting it together, and say, yeah, I'll wait a bit, and then like have a piece get hit on the ban list before I even get to try it. But yeah, we don't need no smoke grenade, because other decks in the meta can do more stuff anyway. Yeah, but I'm super excited. Like the Lyrilusk support, like the two things I'm looking forward to the most are I'll be very honest right now, are the reprints, the 3 level 1 reprints that we get. Those are the things I'm most excited for, because their prices are so, well, I mean, like, understandably so. They're pretty high for for commons, but man, what are you looking
what
forward
were they
to?
you said $5 earlier, right?
Yeah, I think so. At least when I was looking for them, they were like, yeah, like anywhere in the $3 to $5 range for Sapphire Swallow. What's Sapphire? Oh no,
Like,
Sapphire Swallow. Oh yeah, Sapphire Swallow.
It was ridiculous when rare Gamma Seals were 8s, and now we got Lyrilusks at 3 playsets at like 5s. Like, that's, yeah. Please reprint those, and someone start cracking down on the secondary market, because that's unfair.
Yeah, it's really it was really unfair. Like, I don't know if it was just like because when I'm on TCG Player, the only places that I see are places that are willing to ship to Canada. So most of the time it's just Canadian places, or the occasional, like M-Cole who's willing to, ship over the border. But yeah, like when I was looking for Cobalt Sparrows, they were out. Like, as there were none. I had to go onto eBay, and there were still like there were some, but they were like $5 with $10 shipping. I'm not paying $15 for a common for a deck that I'm just screwing around with. So yeah, it really sucked, and I hope and I pray that we actually get these reprints and not just 3 different serial numbers for Effect Veiler or something, because that would make me very sad.
Yeah, I heard you wanted this this common that could otherwise be very accessible. I'm sorry, did I hear you wanted a reprint for Remove Trap?
Oh boy. Oh man.
Solemn Judgment's a big problem this format. Better get your normal spell trap removal. But hey, if it's not a trap, don't worry. You can look at it, and if it's a spell, you know what it is. That's perfect knowledge right there of one card.
Oh man. I need to breathe.
It happens. They make stupid reprint changes all the time.
I know. It sucks. I swear, if they make this anything other than a common in this set, I will go ballistic.
Okay, no, that reminds me, though, about stupid reprint changes. People were talking about Crossout Designator being in Ghosts of the Past. Was it not?
It was not.
Are you?
It was not.
I am so tired. Konami, I'm very tired of doing my 80-step combo for PK Fire and then getting Nibiru'd. Give me the Crossout Designator!
I feel like what'll happen is they'll add it. They'll do it. They'll give it the Dragoon treatment when the Megatons come out. I feel like that's the only thing they can do at this point, because it'd be really weird for, I don't know, like, just from gut feeling, it would weird. It'd be weird to put in Dawn of Majesty. So I think they're just gonna like shove it in the Megatons and then make Megatons stupidly expensive and make the player base hate them. But that money will come in regardless, because people are going to buy them anyway. But yeah, I mean, that I've been rambling on a little too much. I've been doing JC's part here and talking a lot more. Miss you, JC.
Thank goodness, because I love your voice. Also, JC, be well. Love you.
Hope we'll see you in the next show, of course, and for Overdressed to Impress, which we are now in top 4 for, and of course Out of the Box, which is coming out very soon. When is Ancient Guardians coming out? It's right here, so I'm just gonna.
Not soon enough.
May 7th.
May 7th, that's 2 weeks from now, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'll see you guys almost every night in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Feels
Ooh,
so
the Ancient
good.
Guardian reprints look so good. Okay, we need to discuss special rules. I have a request.
Okay.
Want to do it now or do you want to do it later?
Let's talk about what you're looking forward to in the Duelists of Whirlwind set first, and then we'll Gale out of here.
Okay, so I'm gonna go right to the thing that I'm ridiculously scared of.
Okay.
Lyrilisc Ensemble Robin is an Appaloosa for summons. I'm terrified. This lady does not have a once per turn clause on. You can stack like 3 or 4 and be like, oh no, special summon a monster. Pulse? No, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Please go ahead, do your field. Oh, detach, compulse. Oh, my hand slipped. I'm so sorry. Do it again. Hands off the table. I can do it. You summon, detach, compulse. Get out of here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I've seen how many you can stack under there. Don't try to be all like, oh no, it's just an Xyz 2 material. No. Lyrilisc people are stacking material under things. It's like you're not in Fairfax.
Man, and because Bird Sanctuary makes it so easy.
So good.
I know. Oh man.
And it's just level 1 monsters, right? Yeah. So it's not even specifically Lyrilisc. So if you have random things with level 1 monsters, can just make this, and I'm like, that's booty.
I know. It's bootyful. Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the arc of Out of the Box that this is going to be, because I'm shotgunning it.
Absolutely. Oh god.
Man.
Yeah, I can see that. I won't take it from you. I've got to rep the not Noble Knights. But I'm gonna be scared every step of the way.
Like, you wanna go? No. Oh man. But
Jesus.
All right. So
Criminy.
Ancient Guardians. Let me
pull the Ancient Guardian set list real quick.
All right. So I just noticed.
Huh?
Was I just not in the know about the Do-Re-Mi chord, like monsters having different parts of the scale?
Yeah. Each one was
La,
a do re mi.
Yeah.
Re do re mi. Yeah, whole thing.
I had no idea, and I just heard off of Fat Guy Yu-Gi-Oh's podcast. Shout out to Matt and Justin that they're getting a name change in the localization of this, which sucks. Absolutely sucks. Because I wanted to sing the scale every time I put something down, but now you know how hard it is to sing like tunes not in succession. This sucks. Yeah, but
I think it's cool though because they changed it to like solfa chord, so it's like the actual solfege is right there. So that's kind of neat, right?
I guess. I guess.
It's clunky. It's clunky. I get.
I mean, like in fairness, both are pretty clunky.
Fair.
But I don't mind. So reprints in this set. In a set.
Folks, I don't know how to tell you this. They reprinted Snake Rain. They did it. The Mad Lads made a reptile set, and despite all the scalpers going out there and buying them out, reducing supply, what's up? They reprinted Snake Rain.
It was what do you call it? It was Alan Mack's master plan. He's like, let's hold it out, wait for the market to drain, and then slap everybody with it.
To the moon!
Yes.
To the moon with snakes, Morty! But for real, I'm glad that we got reprinted, was Skullmeister. Star Strike Blast only printing, as far as I know, is now finally getting another chance at the spotlight. And now I can understand how good Skullmeister is, because it's the one hand trap that I've been like, you okay, sure, what? Ghost Bell exists, but fine. But it's got a lot more universal stuff to do, so I was like,
yeah,
fine, do your thing.
Wait, where is it? I can't find it in the set list here.
I've got it pulled up on the actual card database.
Oh, okay.
We've got like a list of sneak peeks going on over there.
Right. I'm just gonna search it manually just to make sure I have the right card art in mind.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, this. I have a bunch of these. I have like 6 of these.
Well, then I'm sorry for all the lost value.
It's okay. Because I opened up a lot of Power Code Link structure decks for, well, 1 personally and 2, well, it's also personal, but for Forged in Flames, which is also on hiatus right now. But yeah, I just have a bunch of these laying around. So.
Oh, so was Skullmeister reprinted in that structure deck?
Yes.
Well, then never mind. This is complete garbage. I don't know why I'm bringing this up at all. This isn't news.
Yeah, but I think
I
it's
clicked Skullmeister right now. All right, go ahead.
I think it's like its print history has been pretty. Yeah, it's been very lacking. So Star Strike, Code of the Duelist Special Edition. Oh, it was a promo too.
Okay, yeah, it has had 2 printing since then. Okay, I'm a fool.
Well, I mean, it is
fool.
It was one of those weird things that it was one of those weird cards that they didn't put in Duel Devastator. I feel like it would have had a really good place in there just because of the nature of everything else in that set. But they could have taken out one of the they could have taken out land something, that one Link monster with no abilities at all.
Konami, we have evolved beyond the need for Land for Linkus and Traffic Ghost.
There we go.
Those real cards. I ain't trying to build Tenyi here, folks.
Get that Ash Blossom out of here. I got Skullmeister.
I got Skullmeisters here. Okay, so what I'm scared about for our miniature format, they're reprinting Pankratops. I'm putting this out here now because JC isn't here. He has to vote on this one. But my request, we need a gentleman's agreement out of Pankratops.
Okay, it really depends on what rarity it is. Now, I don't think Pankratops has been printed anything lower than a super, has it?
We can't click it. I think Pankratops came out as a. I can hear nothing.
What is going on? Do. Can you hear me now? Let's see. Wow. Man, this sucks. The internet just dies and then mute. Unmute. Hello? Let's see. No. Leave the call. Come back. Can you hear me?
Now I go.
Okay. I can't see you though.
Let's reactivate this video then.
All right. So we are back.
Oof.
Okay, my internet literally just like committed seppuku and its entrails just fell out everywhere. But we are back.
Well,
we are back.
Well, get the good Tupperware then. That stays good for a few days.
I know. I eat chicken intestines. It's yummy. But let me go back to what I was trying to search earlier. Let's see. What rarities has Pankratops been printed in before? So we had it in Soul Fusion as a what? And then a secret in Hero's Revenge and an ultra in Dual Devastator. So I don't think they would, because like Dual Devastator is one of those sets that was kind of expensive, but then never really, never really stayed on the shelf for very long just because of how good it was. So I don't think they would reprint it as the highest rarity card because it wasn't really hard to get. Secrets out of the question because they don't have secrets in this new set format. And it's not saying what the rarity for it was in Soul Fusion.
Really? Oh, if there's nothing next to it, then that means it was printed as a common.
Okay, so it was printed as a common in
That was
Soul
a common
Fusion.
card. Everyone had access to it.
Well, there we go. So I don't think they would give it foil treatment just because of how common it is already. And how cheap it is. I don't see, well, I want to say cheap because I have like 7 of them, but like I don't think that they would like bring them up that much if the agency for it wasn't high to begin with, because you can only run one and they're everywhere. So I'm hoping for a rare. I'm hoping that it's rare because historically so far with this type of format of boosters, we haven't had the only the only reprint that we've had that was like high rarity was the Alistair Link, but that was kind of understandable because it was a secret before, and for some reason it still holds value. But I don't see Pankratops. I'd be very angry if Pankratops was anything higher than a super. Because I think that would be really dumb if they printed it as a super.
Yeah, kinda.
But
Margaret's already fluttered with them.
Yeah.
It was kind of made sense in those other decks because Pankratops already made a name for itself. It was on the list. Now you can get this format-defining staple as a shiny card, so your shiny deck can look good.
Yeah, exactly. So,
just hand it out. We never had it as a rare. Give it to us as essentially the common slot in this set.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, and we pull 9 Panks, and all of us get it, even though I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be an Earth's Arctic card, but it's like it's more like a general card. It's gonna be a Pank war, and no one's gonna survive.
That would be so fun to watch. Do you want to lift the restriction on it?
Well, that thing, like, I was juggling it in my head. Like, okay, so we're our own format. Do we follow the Forbidden and Limited list? That's a scenario where we have them at 3. Or do we follow them at the list and we all have them at 1? Or do we do what I want to do and just get rid of it entirely? And in all situations where Pankratops exists, I'm scared. Because either it's 3 of, and we're just loading Pankratops into a barrel and firing them at it as quick as possible, or someone's going to have a setup and be like, okay, I've got my Ogdo Abysses ready to go. There's nothing you can do to stop me. Except for the 27 that can punch over anything and then pop another card, and now my board state's gone. I don't know, though, if that makes for fun replay footage or it's like sacky. I don't know what like the enjoyment factor is, though, and that's the most important, but that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm worried about.
I think that the audience will have more fun the more we suffer. So I'm down.
Viros certainly thinks so.
I'm down to remove that one restriction on Pankratops if we get there. It comes down to what rarity it's printed in, but I don't see it being printed any higher than a rare. And since since it isn't in the database yet. Like that version of it isn't in the database yet. We can't really pull any conclusions yet from the card art itself. So, yeah, I don't mind either way. Well, we'll talk about it more when we get there. But
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll have that on the table. And
thank you for indulging my paranoia brain on ancient dinosaurs.
Of course, if there's anyone that's putting tinfoil hats on, it's me. But anyway, last few things that we want to hit before we cap off tonight's show. Megatons getting delayed. At least reportedly, I saw the video name of House of Champs saying that they were getting delayed, and it pissed me off so much that I didn't watch it. I probably should watch it just to make sure, like just to see how far back it's been pushed. But yeah, I'm pissed. I'm very angry at I'm very angry that the set that I'm looking forward to the most this year is being pushed back. What are your thoughts on this?
It's always a downer whenever sets get pushed back. It's kind of the reality we've had to live through the past year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I'm glad that it's happening because they're prioritizing the safety of the people who make all the products, but they're not doing that.
Yeah.
Something on a supply chain issue further up the line, they're all like, well, we have no choice. So it sucks. And anytime that the ability for the player base to not get their hands on paper product that's meant to make it more accessible to those people is always a sad moment in my book.
Agreed, 100%, and I feel like JC would agree as well if he were with us. But of course, you know, it just feels bad because like this year, I feel like because 2020 set the bar really high for sets, and you know, like this year, it's been lackluster. If I'm being generous, it's been pretty lackluster. Outside of these two luster soldiers I got.
Oh, what's up? That's the segue, baby.
Like they're pretty lackluster, unlike these blacklusters. But like that was completely in the moment. I had no idea that was gonna happen. But yeah, I feel like this set being pushed back just made a year feel worse. Even though it is just a reprint set, you know, is probably going to be the best set of the year.
Yeah, and like those are monumental releases for the community. Like it's the principle of like, you know, the more smaller you make the fire hose, the more pressure comes out. Of course, it happens 4 times a year, and those are impactful. But especially if there's not a lot going on, no one cares. But no matter what, everyone's got eyes on Megatons because, you know, it has financial repercussions for everyone.
Yeah.
What the heck they're doing with promos and premiere cards is always a point of speculation that we can talk about. And it bites.
It does.
And that leaves the door open for people to leave the game. Like, because I'm not entrenched in other card games, I'm not sure what the production cycle is, but stuff like Vanguard and Magic the Gathering does not seem to be falling to the same kind of production shortfalls as Yu-Gi-Oh! Has. So when someone's looking to, especially with card stores opening up now that vaccinations are going around, what is it people are going to play when they go there? Not a card game that hasn't updated in 2 months because of product delays. Someone's going to be all like, that Vanguard game seems pretty interesting. There's circles everywhere. My game uses squares. This is quite novel, and I would like to play that. And then they're just gone. Not gone. You know, we play multiple games. But when you're in a state where people are complaining about Yu-Gi-Oh!, where they don't like power levels, when they're tired of getting Dragon Linked again, you know, that's that combined with a lack of product releases to change things can cause people to walk away from the game entirely. And that, as a Yu-Gi-Oh content creator, very biased. That's a bad thing for me, but I think everyone feels like that's bad whenever they don't have the people they like playing with playing the game.
Very true. I agree 100,000,000%. That's how much power you get when you drive check and over trigger in Vanguard. But anyway,
it's so good. Gee, when that happens, I feel like a god.
What?
That replay was like pull the trigger off the top, the critical trigger that wins you the game off the top.
Yeah.
There has never been an attack in Yu-Gi-Oh! That I've ever felt so satisfied in my 20 years of playing the game. It's electric.
It's very electric. I love it.
I can only imagine how much better that would have been in person. If I had lipped that and I saw that green starburst icon that said, you did it. You beat the dungeon. Good job, Nova. Kind of deal.
There was one time. I know we're veering off topic a little bit, but there was one time when I first started playing Vanguard that I double critted my opponent at 3 damage, and I was at 3 damage. It was very early in the game, and he double healed that double crit. I'm like, I hate you so much, and then we go into his turn. And then he double crits me, and then I die. I'm like, what is this?
They have found a way to mechanize the anime comeback.
Yeah.
It is a mechanic in the game that nothing else has. There might be some things where like the specific mechanic of a deck is like you can only activate this if you're lower on life points or you're lower on cards. To simulate it, nah, Vanguard's got that baked in.
It feels good. But
it does.
Anyway, I don't want to lose any of the viewers we have. We love you all. But we're gonna end the show with an audience question. So this one's from Terrio Frost. I don't know if we've answered this one already. JC is normally the one that updates this list, so I'm not sure if there are any if there are any questions that we've already answered here that he hasn't deleted. But this is from lovely Terrio Frost. What are some weird Yu-Gi-Oh theories / lore that you've thought of or came up with that is not canon? Nova, as the lore buff here, would you like to drop one of your headcanon theories? Headcanons?
The one that I want to talk about is the fact that there is definitely a multiverse, but if I said that here, I'd be confirming that I was wrong, and I'm never wrong. Though younger Nova was definitely wrong, and I have this spark from long ago where I thought that like Summon Skull was supposed to be like the physical representation of Yugi. Like Dark Magician was the avatar, like they're the servant. I thought Summon Skull was supposed to be like, no, this is the darkness within them. Never was followed up with anything in the manga or the anime. But it just felt right to me as like a youngin' watched the anime going, oh wow, they're dark. The thing is dark. It's like it does a lot of damage. It's got the same attack powers. Oh goodness, is it like the mirror of Dark Magician? Went nowhere. But that's tiny Nova.
What about current Nova? Do you have any? You want to put your reputation on the line here?
Frank. What is something current thing that I feel like is true, right?
Well, I mean, like, the question is, what are some weird theories that you've come up with? They don't have to necessarily be true, but as long as they like sort of make sense, you could like, well, I saw this card in the back art. In the back of the artwork of this card, which is referenced in that other card, which is the thing. Like, it's just very like stringy. Like, as long as it's like at least a little stringy, it should be, like, okay. Because I have one, but I don't think it'll be as exciting as yours.
Go ahead. I need to comb my brain a little bit. I need to see if there's anything that I haven't touched on beforehand.
Okay.
If not, I'll repeat something I've said beforehand.
Okay, so before I do that though, I just want to shout out the chat because it was pretty empty earlier, but we picked up a little bit. So thank you. There's a bit of latency. There we go, and it's back. Let's see. V Ross says, Nova, remember that theory we all came up with on the Friday stream?
I totally forgot, honestly. The Friday stream is such a stream of consciousness that I'm just saying things. Remember, like, what did we talk about? There was what I said earlier about how Albert could be the girl in Dogmatica Genesis.
Okay.
It's the only thing I can think of. But, like, I still don't 100% vibe with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, that's interesting, and I could see that being a way they go down the path on that one.
Okay.
Blubber.
While you're thinking, I'll say mine. So, I have been very, very, very interested in the Vendread lore, just because it's been linked to Skyscraper City, where all the heroes are, and how it's like an infestation of stuff. And we've had decks in the past, or like archetypes in the past, be taken over by another archetype. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Lore Buff, all the Shaddolls and everything. You know, like Winda becoming a Shaddall and stuff. And it got me thinking, if the Vendread virus thing, I forgot what it's called, if the virus is in Skyscraper City and it's caused, this one guy to literally become the Avenger of his lore, what happened to the heroes? Like, are we sometime in, like, did they fall to the virus or something? Are we going to get like a Revendread hero deck at some point in the future? That is the one thing that I am looking. It's like one of those things that I'm looking forward to, but we'll probably never get. But like Vendread, like Vendread Sunrise or something like that. Well, that's a card, but you know what I mean, But
no, yeah, but like it's a far future version.
Yeah.
Oh man,
like an
they do a
reality.
Marvel Zombies thing.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I would dig that.
That'd be insane.
Because like we've got Necro Shade, that's pretty dark.
Yeah.
We've got the evil hero version. What if that's the evil heroes?
Maybe.
Okay, no, it's the evil hero. I'm going on with that. Maybe it's a starting point. I don't know. That'd be cool.
All right. All right. Cap us off. Cap us off. No.
I had something in my tiny brain. There we go. The aliens and the Gradles are the same species. Not aliens. The worms and the Gradles are the same species.
I could see
Worm
that.
Zero shows an entire planet encased by this gray goo, and the Master Guide Dual Terminal says that people speculate that that's the case, that worms can break themselves down into some kind of goo to like cover worlds and stuff. And the books also say that the worms are highly adaptable. They change to fit their environment. The Gradles just turn into creatures. So I think that's just they're the same core species blasting to two different planets. They've evolved in different ways, and they're just kind of doing their own things in different part of the galaxies. That's my hottest take for a water and a light attribute being the same thing. Actually,
I could see that.
You heard it here first, folks.
I could see that because they've canonized it. They've canonized the same concept in other places, like Star Wars, like the Jawas and the Tuskens are the same, like used to be the same race, but then one stayed in a cave and the other one was like, no, that's but you know what I mean.
No, yeah, no, totally. I totally.
Wookiee,
no, I can see that. I can see that.
But yeah. And I think that's a good fun way to end the night.
Bye.
You're now in the YGO. Oh man. Anyway, Nova, anything you want to plug before we end the stream?
I don't know. Stormtrooper booster pack releases aren't grouped like this. I don't know. Anyway, no, yeah, keep an eye on the Mokuba League. Keep an eye on future channel stuff. We're almost at 5,000. It's almost time for me to take another break while I prepare Heroes Explain stuff. Apparently, I had no idea it was an in-joke in Rada's community that he'd said he'd be doing Heroes Explained for like years now. So I had no idea when I came in here promising that. People were all, A, who is Rada? B, oh no. What have I set myself up for?
Oh no. Legend says he's still in the works.
Soon. Keep an eye out. In the far-off mists, an old wizard has divined that it will happen on the 23rd of August, 2022. But yeah, so no, keep an eye out for that. Please check out the channel. Every subscribe, every patron, every membership join helps make that a reality. And I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, and as always, guys, thank you so very much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all of our socials. All the links to that will be down in the description below. Even though JC isn't here, his links are. So go make sure that you tell him that you missed him on the show this week. Just like I should have said that you should have done the same thing for Nova last time when he wasn't on. But anyway, when you guys go on holiday again, I'll make sure that make sure that you guys get the same treatment. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you stay tuned for the next episode of this podcast. And that is everything. You are now in the Yugi. No. What's happening? Okay. All right.